during this conference. And as she's talking about each of the speakers, she's got a picture of them. Picture, 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 and then she comes to me. And that's the picture. And I just scream from the middle of the audience, and you can hear me through the entire room, "Where the hell did you get that?" Because I have a lot of corporate-ready headshots on my website. There's corporate-ready headshots of me on the web, tie on, looking very proper. And instead, it's a photograph of me giving my anti-2012 talk that John's already talked about at Entheogen Village, wearing a sarong and hiking boots, with my gut hanging out. Which that's the thing that just makes it really extra attractive. So that the carefully cultivated corporate image that I've spent a lot of time attending to in Australia, it's gone in an instant. I was absolutely furious. And as soon as Kelly got off stage, I ran up to her and go, "Where did you get that?" She's Flickr. And sure enough, I went home and I cruised Flickr that evening. And if you type my name into Flickr, it comes up within the first 3 photographs. And there's a lot of, 20, 30, 50 photographs of me on Flickr, whatever. But here it is in all of my pasty white plaid goodness. I couldn't really do anything about it. So instead what I did was I embraced it. I dropped this slide into the slides that I used for my presentation. But that was when I became aware of something. Sharing, as wonderful as it is, has a shadow side. But as I've already pointed out, sharing is strongly selected for. So it's really, in some sense, impossible to resist or obstruct it. And I could ask the person who posted this on Flickr, "Please, God, take this down." But of course, it's been up on Flickr for a while. People have copies. Kelly has a copy. I have a copy. Other people probably have copies of this photo. It's Flickr. You go up there, you grab photos, you do things with them. And so while I can control what I share about myself, the thing that I realized is I cannot control the other things people share about me. And that brings me back to Wikipedia. And so the night before my fireside chat with Jimmy Webbs, I was in a Melbourne hotel room on broadband, phone in one ear, talking to my friend Darren, trying to figure out what questions I was going to ask, cruising through Wikipedia. And just for fun, I was actually going to talk sort of about construction of biographies, because I've had some trouble with my biography, but I went over to my biography page. And there we are during the fireside chat. I'm warming up to the question. Now there's the biography page. Now, I couldn't create my own biography page, it's crass. So instead, one of my friends, Gregory, agreed to do it for me last year as a birthday present. But really, what's on this biography page was pretty much what I asked him to put on my biography page. And it's presenting the happy, friendly, well-adjusted, corporate-ish Mark Pesce, because that's really what I want on Wikipedia. Now, of course, anyone can come in and edit Wikipedia. And a lot of people know about my work in writing across a lot of different disciplines, not just technology, not just consulting. And so in an active sharing, they come in and they add things. Now, articles on Wikipedia are grouped into categories. That means similar articles on a particular subject. And there's a list of categories that an article's in at the bottom of the page. So I'm in virtual reality. I'm in 1962 births, and I took a look at the bottom of the page, and someone had added a new category. Whoop. And there it is at the bottom of the page. Now, that's a true thing, all right? I wouldn't deny it if asked. But there it is for all of the world to see at the bottom of my Wikipedia page. And we all know, because we've all talked about this already, that could cause me trouble. I might not just lose business over that, all right? I could get kicked out of Australia. I could get thrown into jail in America because of that. But here's the thing. Even if I wipe the page or use Gregory as my proxy to wipe the page, Okay, it might stay gone for a little while, but it would come back inevitably sooner or later, because it's who I am, and people know, and they're going to share that this is who I am. So that was the question that I threw to Jimmy Wales. And Jimmy Wales has a checkered past of his own, because before he did Wikipedia, he had a very soft core pornography, internet business, and it's in his biography. And he has fought his own edit wars, as they call it, about his own biography entry in Wikipedia. So I asked him something, look, what's going to be done? What can we do to rein in this time? And I mentioned my own Wikipedia page, but I did not mention the category. I simply said I'm in a category and it's really kind of interesting. And I sort of completely slipped my mind that there were going to be 20 educators in the audience with laptops on the internet. And of course, one of them, in the middle of the room, shouts out the category. I'm in a room full of educators of young people. And there goes my career. At least that's what I thought. There it is. I've been killed by Wikipedia. And what did Jimmy offer as a solution? Well, he said basically, this is the way things are now. And he's right. We've suddenly been thrust into an era of incredible personal transparency. And it's interesting because John, where are you, John? Okay. So John can try to hide himself from the government, but unless you become a hermit, you cannot hide from your friends. But the interesting thing is transparency is a two-edged sword, all right? It cuts both ways. It can cut me open so that I'm revealed and I'm naked to the entire world, but it also cuts through other and rather larger lies.